Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is on this gorgeous design I did on my non-dominant hand. Alright guys, so this is the glitter that I'm going to be using in today's set. Is Dazzle Nail Supply M16 with Cover KK. This Cover KK, it's a beautiful nude. It's a cover nude and I'm using clear powder. I'm pretty much going to go ahead and mix this glitter because it does come just raw glitter, and I'm going to just use a little bit of it because little comes a long way. It does have a lot in the little bag, so remember guys to use it sparingly. And I did maybe like 2 or 3 little cuticle pushers, and just depending on how much you need and how much you're making, I added a little bit more. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix it with clear powder. And you can also use this as raw glitter, so it's totally optional. That's why I decided not to mix it all. And then go ahead and do a little bit more of what you added to the glitter. So just be very mindful of that as well so that it can be proportioned. I'm gonna start off by pushing back my cuticles gently, and as always, be very careful with this. And go ahead and trim your cuticles. Again, when it comes to doing it yourself, be very careful because you do not want to cut yourself and have a bloody mess. So just kind of the same way you would do your right hand, just do the same process. Kind of make sure your right hand is moving towards the way you want and kind of the opposite way of where the cuticle nipper is moving. So my left hand is going right, my right hand is going left. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean my nails with the manicure brush with Swipe. And I do one hand at a time. I'm going to be doing my right hand first with my left hand. I am using these new Valentino Beauty Pure forms. I absolutely love these forms. They are so sticky like you do not understand. They are amazing. For some reason right now, the ones that I was using prior to are not as strong and sticky as as they were before. And the way you apply them is, you can see, make sure there's no gaps in between the nail form and your nail bed, and the free edge. Make sure everything is closed off because you don't want anything going into your natural nail or underneath the nail. And sometimes it can be a little hard to figure out how to apply the nail forms, but it can be tricky, but it is possible. So don't get frustrated if that becomes a point. If your nails, like mine, usually kind of go down, try and point the form up so that they will not go down towards the nail. And I'm sure you hear how it looks where there's no gaps. After applying all the forms, I'm going to be putting pH Bond by Gelish, and this is just a dehydrator. You can use any brand, any kind of for your preference. And then I'm using Young Nails Protein Bond. This Protein Bond is a 2-step primer, and it's an acid-free primer, which is amazing. And it is super awesome because there's hardly ever any lifting when it comes to me prepping the nail. And just make sure if you're prepping right, you won't get any lifting. This one and Dazzle Nail Supply primer I absolutely love. If I have people that tend to lift a little bit more, I do use a Premium Nails primer, and then that's an acid base. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys here that I am applying, after applying another coat of primer, I am applying my acrylic. And yes, it is kind of runny, so just be super careful when it comes to applying this. I'm using this gorgeous color, guys. I absolutely love it. It's amazing, and it's pretty, really, I just love it. It's a perfect nude. It's from Dazzle Nail Supply. It's called Cover KK, and when I say I love the nude, I absolutely love it. Maybe it's because I'm using it with the Young Nails monomer that it's too runny, but who knows? I don't know. I was just working with it and kind of just start in the free edge and go towards the bottom part of the nail. The length is totally up to you guys. I try to do the cuticle area after just because I don't want to build a bulky area, and it's just kind of easier for me this way. Just make sure you don't fill your acrylic brush with liquid. Make sure you're draining it in between or cleaning it, and everything is nicely formed. Your apex area is nicely, nice shape. Make sure everything is nice when it comes to sculpting, because you are pretty much creating your nail. And towards the cuticle area, make sure it is not too thin and not too thick. And I'm showing you here the thickness of the nail. If you guys know, usually I try to add a clear coat before applying any kind of color, but this time I decided to just go straight into the color, which is fine. It's not bad. So far they've been so good, and it's just totally up to you, a personal preference. I did it with the glitter ones, so it's completely a choice and optional. It's not necessary. And right here, since I'm gonna add a glitter fade, I'm doing a thin layer towards the cuticle area and the bed, and then I'm also building it from the top, but I'm not doing it too thick because we will be encapsulating, so just be mindful on that one. And just shape it. I'm always shaping the nail as I'm building, because I do not want to worry about having no type of shape when it comes to shaping and filing the nail. And it takes practice, guys. Don't be discouraged if you guys don't get it right away. I usually prefer doing forms on myself because they are just so much easier to do, in the sense of not worrying to cutting the nails uneven, not doing just shaping and forming it the way you want as you're building it, and then you just have to worry about filing. But do keep in mind, guys, so don't worry if your nails look crazy, because you will be filing at the end. Deal with it later. It's really, trust me guys, whenever I do my nails, they are not the perfect shape. Sometimes I'm just like, whoa, what are these? Like, that's what I thought when I finished these, and they ended up looking really nice, of course, after filing everything off. But if you guys notice right here, I'm kind of working towards the whole nail bed, and just using the belly of my brush to flatten everything down, to make sure there's no lumps and humps, and just making sure that there's a C curve, there's an apex, making sure from sidewall to sidewall there's acrylic. Just pay attention to little details like that, and just shaping your to your desired shape, so you won't have to file too much, and look at every angle, making sure there's perfect thickness and perfect shape all throughout the nail. So when I'm getting closer to the cuticle, be very careful, just because you do not want any kind of acrylic onto your cuticle area. That is pretty much a very sensitive area, because it can cause lifting if you do not properly clean it. So just try to avoid getting pretty much anything on your cuticle area as far as an acrylic, and just over flooding it with acrylic. Make sure, I'm trying to remember the exact word. It's so small. There's like a little separation between the cuticle and the acrylic. You don't have to touch it, and make sure just whenever you file, it's going to look flush to the nail, because if you add a big hump on there, you're going to be able to tell when it grows out, and it's going to be annoying. So trust me when I tell you guys that, guys. So I thought I had a video of me creating this glitter, but it is a gorgeous glitter. I also got it from Dazzle Nail Supply. It is that M16. So the Cover KK and the M16, these are gorgeous two colors. I'll put everything in the description below, like I said I always do, and even the forms And I'm just pretty much gradually applying the glitter very thinly and making sure that I don't apply any big chunks towards the cuticle, because that's where I usually file, and I do not want to file any kind of design off. So I'm adding these gorgeous little stars that remind me of the galaxy. These, I don't remember where I got them from, maybe Daily Charm, Ocean Nail Supply. She actually sells them there too. So she's in Modesto. So if any of you guys live in Modesto, definitely go check her out. She is amazing and the sweetest person ever. And she has a lot of goodies. Look how gorgeous this glitter is, guys. I could not get over it. I always stare at my nails. And I'm just obsessed with this glitter. It's like perfect. It goes perfect with this nude. So right now for my index finger, I am using the same glitter. And I did add pretty much, I'm gonna say, the protective layer of clear acrylic, and just very thinly like always, and just go ahead and start, applying the glitter, making sure it's nice and thin, not too thick, because we are encapsulating both of these nails. The other ones I did not encapsulate, but I did make sure that they are a certain thickness because I do not want my nails to be thin and break. So just be very mindful of that as well. And when it comes to doing your right hand, guys, you can always use like the acrylic powder container to pretty much balance your hand, or just pretty much kind of have some support. I didn't do it. I just feel like it's the way you feel most comfortable, especially when it comes to using your hand that you're not used to. I'm already used to it, so maybe it looks a little easy and that I can do it, but trust me guys, I was struggling. So don't give up. Please don't. Just practice and practice until you get it right. I always tell everyone to practice makes progress. And I always check the thinness, look at it this way so I can see the shape of it, making sure the C curve is there. Now after I applied the glitter, I'm going to be encapsulating these two nails with clear acrylic by Young Nails. And just always clean your brush, guys. That is something for sure that I did often when it came to working with my right hand, because I'm just getting acrylic, getting little by little. And look at this, guys. The nails are pretty not too cute and not so thick. I try not to overdo it because I do not want to spend so much time filing. But as you guys can see, they're not the best looking nails ever, as if I were to be doing my left hand. Showing you here, this is why I love sculpting, because the underneath is very glossy. So I'm showing you guys here my left hand. I'm working with my right hand. Pretty much the same thing. I started off in the apex area and then just cleaning my brush, getting monomer, draining my brush, pretty much so I can maneuver the acrylic and shape it the way I want it without having it be so runny. Just making sure that before it dries, I'm shaping the nail correctly. And it's not that easy, guys, but it's a process, especially sculpting nails. If you guys have any questions or any video requests, guys, definitely comment down below. I'm going to be working on more soon, so bear with me. And I'm so thankful for all of you guys. I really do, especially with all this going on right now. I do miss doing nails, but I'm happy and grateful that I'm still able to do my own, and of course practice hand will do for now. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my cuticle bead, and as you guys can see, I'm going to zoom in on this so you guys can see the actual separation between the cuticle and the acrylic. It is a very, very, very slight little line, but that allows me not to go over and not touch the cuticle. And I'm just always shaping, making sure I add acrylic where it needs to be, and then just, balancing out the whole nail to where it looks perfect. So now it comes to the filing part. I did file my left hand already, so that's why I'm wearing gloves. I'm using this 100 grit file from Young Nails that I absolutely love. And I'm filing the nails. I'm pretty much using my right hand force to file against the file. So pretty much do the movement you would want to do towards the file. The file is not moving. It kind of is, but it's more my hand, if that makes any sense to you guys. So I have the file in my left hand, but I'm using my right hand force to move towards the file. It's kind of weird, but it'll make sense once you're doing it. So making sure all my sidewalls are nicely shaped and filed and straight and not so wide, because you know, if you've done your nails before, typically that's what happens when it comes to doing your own nails. You overdo it when it comes to the width, which is fine. It's better than being super thin, because you can just file, but that's all you're gonna have to deal with. And just be careful with your sidewalls and not to hurt yourself. Now with my e-file, I grabbed my medium safety carbide bit that I absolutely love and I always tell you guys about. And I am doing the same motion. I have it on reverse and I'm going around the cuticle carefully. And then I am also moving my right hand around the e-file. Here I'm kind of already used to it, so I'm using my left hand kind of like a pencil, grabbing it like a pencil, and then just doing whatever I can. File with my left hand, and if anything gets harder, then I start moving my right hand and I just touch everything, making sure everything is smooth. Always looking at the nail from every angle. When it comes to filing off any glitter nails, guys, I suggest you to be careful when it comes to filing the cuticle area, because you can always file off your glitter if you did a thin layer. So I'm showing you here that I pretty much sustained my index finger on my thumb, and then I'm using my left hand and placing it on top of my right hand just for support, and that way my drill bit won't go all over my nail. It's just support, guys. As long as you guys feel safe to use the nail file, then you guys are good. And just depending on how you guys feel more comfortable. I'm using my sanding band and I'm going all over all my nails, making sure they're smooth after filing with the carbide. And this is a fine sanding band. And right here is where I take advantage of the cuticle area, because obviously I didn't do a perfect job when it came to applying the acrylic. So making sure that everything is nicely filed and flushed to the natural nail. I did use my sanding band to even out and smooth everything out, but I felt like it wasn't as smooth as I would like it, just because I'm doing it with my left hand. So I went ahead and did it again with my hand file. And I am filing the top of my nail like so. And since I already had my other hand done, I'm over just measuring both hands. Now with a buffer, I'm going to go ahead and buff all my nails so they can smooth them out underneath and on the top, so that they won't be too rough either. And then I go ahead and wash my hands, or just clean them with a manicure brush and swipe. So to seal the deal, I'm going to be using the Valentino top coat. I absolutely love this top coat. Definitely recommend it for acrylic powders for sure. It gives it a really nice shine and it is absolutely gorgeous. This is to be cured for 1 minute in the LED lamp. Look how glossy they are. I am absolutely in love with these nails. So since I'm not using my normal LED lamp, I'm gonna go ahead and do my thumb separately just because I want to make sure that it cures correctly. And after that, I am done. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Turn on your post notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you guys are notified. After everything, I go ahead and apply cuticle oil. If you guys want to purchase a cuticle pen, definitely let me know. Either direct message me or email me. I can definitely ship it to you guys. And these are easy to carry in your purse or wherever you want to keep it on your desk and keep your cuticles nicely hydrated. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.